December 10. I'm going to get my screen here ready. And then we can chat. Let me know when you're here, and we can chat while I'm crafting. Okay, I'm on. No, just have to wait. Okay, the live chat looks like it's open. Just waiting for people to join the conversation. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for joining me. All right, I'm going to get this a little bit bigger so I can see comments. All right, so I'm excited to be with you today, and I'm excited to be inside because it's looking kind of, hi, Marcia and Jennifer. It's looking kind of snowy outside. I don't know if it's all that cold, but I just prefer not to be outside in the snow. Good morning, Jamie. I'm glad that you're here. And Marlene, thank you for joining me. So today I mentioned on my reminder this morning that I'm working with Delicate Pines stamp set. I have fallen in love with the stamp set, and I already adored the gorgeous designer paper, and I can't wait to show you. But I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you two things that I can think of. One is that, actually three. One is that free shipping is from now through Friday on orders of $75 or more, which also means if you get free shipping, you also can qualify for the product of the month and pay only $5 for it. It's it's called True Blue Florals design paper. Lots of blues, obviously. And so you can get that for just $5. And if you think about the whole product of the month deal, if you spend $75, you're earning $7.50. Actually end up earning $8 because you paid $5 for the product of the month. Good morning, Nancy. So you have those $8 to put towards next month's product of the month if you're interested in that. So every month there's going to be a new one, so that's cool. So free shipping through tomorrow, $75 orders. Also, I saw on somebody else's post, I did not see this, Paper Pumpkin subscribers right now, again, I think through Friday, but I don't remember that. I just know it started today. Hi, Kathy. Paper Pumpkin subscribers have the opportunity to save up to 50% off on past Paper Pumpkin kits and Paper Pumpkin refills and add-ons. So go check out the store if you're a subscriber. I don't think that one has what's the word? A threshold. I think that's just up to 50% off any of those Paper Pumpkin extras. So make sure that you check that out. And the last thing that I can think of right now is I am stamping at Marge's again next week, Tuesday 1 to 3, and I'm bringing a bunch of kits. I love this kit actually, and it keeps going away. I'm one of the reasons because I bought a bunch of them. I don't remember the name of it. Is it Farmhouse something? It's the one with the trucks. I'm going to have a bunch of those available at Marge's, and that's also what we're going to play with. So you get to make a card with me. You can grab a donut and a coffee if you want. Of course, I will want one. But you can make a card, and you can buy a kit or a couple kits and come stamp with me. So, okay, so I'm going to jump over to my randomizer. If you're new to me at all, watching me, my randomizer is what I call my name picking website that I use to draw names for the cards that I made last week or the projects that I made last week. So I give away what I make. So Jamie Rose, you are my first winner. That makes me so happy because I feel like you hadn't been on for a while, and so you haven't won for a while. So congratulations, Jamie. And I'm going to pick another name. I got to find, it's not sliding for me. Oh, there we go. And start. Deanna Edwards, congratulations. I don't think she's on yet. But still congratulations to you if you watch the replay. Or come on later. Okay, going back to here. Oops. Oh, yes. Hi, Janine. Marge's Donuts are the best. Good morning, Dot. You're welcome. You're welcome, and congrats to all of you. Okay. So, I think I did my gabbing that I needed. Did you guys see the ornaments that we made at our ornament exchange on Saturday? I posted that on my website and on Facebook. And I love it. Everybody's are just a little bit different. It's so cool. It's a fun time. And it's not that much. I feel like sometimes people are intimidated by things like that where you have to make something. But you just had to make one. You don't have to make one for everybody that's coming. I usually try to do a left-right game. And I had one sort of in mind because I was scrambling like usual. I'm always running behind on my things. Yeah, I know. I love the creativity too. I had one in mind, but then of course, because I was running behind, I didn't have the time to do that. And I chose to sleep. I don't think I got much sleep, but I chose sleep over doing one more thing. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. And I'm going to start with showing you the designer paper. It is gorgeous, and it's my favorite. So, Carrie, close your eyes. I'm unlocking this and putting it down. All right, we're going to need to move this forward. So we are on my workspace here. All right, we'll lock it. And one more spin. Ornaments were great and made me wish I could have been there. I know. Didn't you say you had to watch your grandkids? Had to watch your grandkids. I know you love that. That was not a negative thing. I just remember you saying that you had a conflict. All right, this does not look centered. On my phone it looks centered, but not on the screen. So I guess I better move it. Oh, I moved it the wrong way. All right, better go back. I thought I was going the correct way. Trying again. All right, that looks a little more centered. Okay. We do watch them every weekend while Cal works. Gotcha. All right. Well, that sounds lovely. Okay, so I'm starting with the designer paper. Look at this great big snowflake. So, okay, let's start with the stamp set, actually. This is called Delicate Pines, and it's really interesting. They're all snowflakes, but they're made with pine branches or pine needles. So it's just a very different looking type of snowflake, and I love it. It's definitely Christmassy, but you could use Warmest Winter Wishes, all winter long. You don't have to use it just for Christmas because it's just gorgeous. Celebrate the season. It's the most magical time of the year. And then lots of little pieces. So I did I was really impressed with myself. I know that sounds very very egotistical or arrogant or whatever word you want to call it. I guess I'll say I was really happy with myself. Let's go with that. So I just did this class on last week, Tuesday, and they are unique. I just did this class last Tuesday and Friday, and I was able to, so we do 4 different designs, and I was able to use, other than we used the Winter Wishes on 2 different cards, but other than that, everything else that I used, I did not duplicate colors or ink colors or stamps. So it was really easy for the class. I didn't have to share or use one stamp twice or that sort of thing. Anyway, so this was really cool. I did not get the dies, so I do not have the dies to show you. It is an online exclusive, so you can find it online. And it's not on the last chance list, so you have a little bit of time. But now is the perfect time to use it, obviously. Okay, so here's the designer paper. Isn't this so cool? I don't have something where I want to use this great big snowflake, but I just love that it's here. I love the colors. Oh, I should read you the colors before I go through everything. Okay, they're always on the back. Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, and Shaded Spruce. So, so here's one side. And another. This would be Shaded Spruce, if you can't tell that on camera. This side. I'm, for the most part, liking this side better than the other, but it still works. This one's Pretty Peacock, sort of the same design, but different color. I'm not, it sort of looks like snow to me, but I don't really know. I just like the design. So what's cool about this, with all the different kinds of greens, depending on what your card base or other your layers are or that sort of thing, you can pull out whichever color you want. Like here's Old Olive. I'm not sure if that's Shaded Spruce. Probably Pretty Peacock, I think. Cherry Cobbler, but it could be Shaded Spruce. So sort of depending on what you use with it brings out that color. This one is Shaded Spruce. This one is definitely Snowflakes. Oh, this one's one of my favorite. So I keep thinking that this is a black background, but since Secret Sea is in the colors listed, it's probably Secret Sea. You know how dark that is? I love this. Love it. Love, love, love. Old Olive. More snowflakes. I know, I love that one too, Jamie. I have to be honest, I didn't even see this side when I was playing because I love this side so much. It didn't even like stand out to me. Okay, so here's one. And another Old Olive of that one design. Sort of looks like snowflakes, but feathery ones. And here's another of my favorites. Oh, I just love it. That has to be Secret Sea. You know how dark Secret Sea is. They are beautiful papers. And then this one's definitely Pretty Peacock. And I'm actually using this one today. So, anyway, the designer paper is called, there's a whole suite of stuff, but I didn't use all the things in the suite. There's a really wide ribbon. I don't tend to prefer wide ribbons. I always struggle when both sides are equally beautiful. I hate to cover one of them up. I know. So something like that makes me think of, I'm not making this project today, and I've made it before and shown you before, but this immediately came to mind. So this is a little treat box for Ghirardelli chocolates. The chocolate is missing. I'm not sure why. But this little project made me think of that same thing. I hate when I love both sides and have to figure it out. So this little cuff makes you be able to at least show it. So I like to try to think of projects like that. I feel like, oh, there was one card that I shared yesterday with this designer paper that had 3 strips of designer paper on it. It's a really simple design of card, but it's also a good way to show off your designer paper. Anyway, okay. So I did not use the whole suite. I used different things from it because of what I liked or didn't like. So, including the embellishments. I forgot what embellishments went with this. I don't know, but I ended up using, for the class, shades of green hexagons. So there's, this is actually from the Turtle Suite. But all these greens can work with everything in this suite. This is Shaded Spruce, but it goes really well with Pretty Peacock too. So anyway, this was what I used. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do, oh, I did not pull out I know the gems aren't pretty. I did not pull out my my silicone mat here. I was gonna try to show you the card I was talking about, but they're all somewhere else. Sorry. Okay. So first thing that I'm going to do is find my adhesive that I just covered up. And so this is a different card. This is square. I made the mistake. I was so mad at myself. I made the mistake. I was cutting a whole bunch of card packets, and I had in mind one of my cards used a 4x4 square piece of design paper, and then I went to this one and I had in mind 4x4, but that's not what the size of this card was. Or, oh, I know, it was for my card packets from a couple weeks ago, the plaid cards. It was not 4x4, it was 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, but I cut and scored a whole bunch of them to be 4x4. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. But anyway, this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So, and we're gonna use it. Oh, there's stuff in here. We're gonna use it portrait way. There's a word for that, and I can't remember what it is. Orientation. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this skinny little strip right here. And then I do this first because I want this centered in this area. So I'm going to use, oh, where did all my stamps go? Oh, just a sec. I got out the stamps for one card, but not the other, because I just used this yesterday. Okay, so this is the E block. This is the one that fits this great big snowflake well. And whenever I have a block this big, or the F block that's the full size of a card, I always leave it laying on my workspace, and I pick up my ink pad and tap my ink pad. So this is Pretty Peacock. That's what I'm starting with. This this card is, which ended up being the first one that I designed, is a huge reason why I fell in love with this stamp set in the first place. Okay, so I'm going center or just above center. And I'm trying to press this down so I get the whole thing. Especially with the big stamps, you have to do that. Okay, so there's my Pretty Peacock. All right, then there's a feathery stamp. Oh, one mention. So I'll do a free project sheet for these. But want to mention, I don't know if you noticed, but on my block I have it so that there's 2 stems of the snowflake here on each side, and then the one stem is going up and down. It fits better on the block this way, and it fits better on my card this way. So you want to hold it vertically like this. You don't want to do it like this. No, I did it wrong. You don't want to do it like this, because then this ends up being too wide. The single stem width ends up being too wide. So we go like this. Okay. So next stamp, there's this one that I think looks feathery. Let me show you. I'm not sure if you can see it through the block very well. This one looks feathery to me. And I'm not sure if I saw somebody's card or if I just was looking at the stamps like, I wonder what that does. So this one, I want to do the opposite. And I have 2 stems at the top, and my my single stems are going out to the side. And I'm using Old Olive. And this shockingly, it's amazing that they would design it in such a way. This shockingly fits right in between the stems of the other one. Look how cool that is. Isn't that awesome? I love it. That makes me so happy. All right. So we're done with that one. Okay, now there's this tiny little stamp. I'm going to show you on the case again. There's this tiny little stamp that has 3 little branches on it. I know, that is awesome. I love it so much. 3 little branches on it. So this one, I'm just gonna use Old Olive again. On my card that we did yesterday, we used 3 different colors. And you could use 3 different colors, but I did not for this. We're using this in Old Olive again. And this one fits right in between all of these outer stems out here. So we're going to go around the whole card and fill in this snowflake. How cool is that? I love this so much. It makes me so happy. This is why I fell in love with this stamp set. Okay, so done with Old Olive. Done with Pretty Peacock. And we're going to use Celebrate the Season in Memento. Exactly, it is a Build-A-Snowflake. But, okay, so here's the thing. I wanted a Build-A-Snowflake kind of design, but I didn't want the dies. You should, hopefully, maybe you don't. By now, you may know, I don't really like all the little pieces kind of dies. I did not want those. I didn't want to cut out all the pieces and stack them all and whatever. So I built my snowflake with my stamps instead of with my dies. Okay, so I've Celebrate the Season, and I'm stamping it in Memento on Old Olive. There we go. Okay, now before I deal with this, I'm going to close this up. Okay, so the, I don't know where my other one went. It's hiding somewhere. But for my ribbon, quote unquote ribbon, I've been resisting getting this till now. That's great to see. Oh, cool. Well, that's good. For my ribbon choice for this card, again, I did not want that really wide shaded spruce ribbon. I just don't like wide ribbon. It makes your bows or your knots too fat, and I don't know, it's just not my preference. So I went with this. There's a it's called Black and White and Gold Baker's Twine. And so this one is white and gold, and then there's another one that's black and gold, but I don't know where I put it. It's in one of my bins that I've been working from. So anyway, this is the one I needed anyway, so that worked out. So I'm going to wrap this a few times around my card, right on the designer paper, and then just make a knot. I like doing multiple times with Baker's Twine. I rarely, I'm not sure if I ever use a single line of Baker's Twine unless I'm just trying to make a tiny little bow, which is on one of the cards that we did with my Dazzling Card Club. If you are, I don't know if you noticed this, Jennifer, I don't know how often you check your emails, but so I do a tutorial for all my cards that I did with my Dazzling Card Club, and you did get it as a team member. I sent it out yesterday. So you have all the instructions for all of these. So this one, I want this to go here, and because it's over my Baker's Twine, I'm not going to put dimensionals right here. I'm going to move it over. Now, I covered up my dimensionals too. Here they are. Okay, so I'm skipping this section here. The Baker's Twine will sort of hold it up. Okay, and then we'll put this down. Okay, so now I wasn't going to open this new package. I was going to just use these leftover ones that I have, but I want to show you how good this this looks. So hello, let go. So these are definitely shaded spruce, but you put it on there and it looks perfectly on here. Isn't that cool? Ha! I love it. All right, so that was my first card. So these are Shades of Green hexagons, Delicate Pines stamp set, and oh, the designer paper. I think I started to tell you and then I forgot. The designer paper, thank you so much. The designer paper is called Elegant Pine Snowflakes. That's the name of the whole suite too, if you want to look that up. All right, so next card. Thank you so much. The next card I'm doing is this. Okay, so here's the design paper I told you I was going to be using. I'm just going to put this right down on my Secret Sea card base. Yes, I'm covering up this, my favorite one. But this card is worth it. I love it. Okay, so this is going right on the front. So this is the size of the normal layer, 4 by 5 1/4. This is the same size going on the inside of just white. I didn't worry about the insides of these cards this time, partly because I was happy that we didn't use, we weren't having to switch stamps between cards. Okay, so I'm setting this aside for now. This is my card base. Okay, so as I told you before, I wanted the layered snowflake sort of look, but I did not want all the dies. So here's what I came up with. Do you guys remember the Donna? So the Donna is, it's a technique. I do not remember who I learned this from. The Donna is a way that I have used to sort of color in an image that should be colored, but I didn't want to. And I always say that the Donna is called that because she dropped her stamp on mistake and tried to make the best of it. So I'm going to do this on, I'm going to actually use a piece of cardstock. So a normal way that I would do the Donna is stamp it once and then stamp a whole bunch of times. So like if it were flowers, it sort of like fills it in a little bit. Okay, so it sort of looks like it's colored a little bit, even though they're line stamps. Well, I'm doing it different for this particular card, and I'm doing the Donna, but in a controlled way. So this is the Stylish Shapes Dies. I will shame you once again if you don't have this. You should have this by now. I'm not sure that there is a time that I don't use these. If I need dies, that's my first thought. Okay, so I inked up my snowflake, and I'm stamping it one time. So it's just one of the circles from the dies. I stamped it one time. I'm going to release it. Then I'm going to turn it just a little bit and stamp it again. Release it and turn it a little bit and stamp it again. So it's kind of like, I'll show you up close. It's kind of like, isn't that cool looking? So I get the Donna look, but also I'm sort of cutting the pie in skinnier slices with the stems of the snowflake. So this is, I love this look. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more of them. So does anybody have questions, or you got how I'm doing this? You can ask questions if you want, and I'll try to look up when I'm doing it. Okay, so I stamp it once, release it, turn it a little bit. So it helps me to focus on the center lines as far as knowing where to stamp it again. And it won't be perfect. It's just impossible. I'm not a perfect person. It won't be perfect. If you were to measure all those slices, they're different. But it's giving me the look that I'm that I'm trying for, that I'm aiming for. If you do it perfectly, like on this one, when I put in the center, the dots in the center, like, they offset each other. Let me show you on the set. There's 3 dots here, and there's 3 dots here. If you do it the right way, if you do it exactly perfect, they end up like next to each other in 2 different colors. It's kind of cool. Anyway, okay, last snowflake. All right, make sure I have it inked up enough. I got 1, 2, 3. There we go. Love that technique. I'm going to try it with some snowflakes from last year that I have. Perfect. Sounds great. Okay. So, oh, I'm not done with secrecy yet. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these, see, I wanted layered snowflakes like this. So I'm just sort of placing them there. And I am not putting them on dimensionals. I'm going to put my greeting on dimensionals instead. So I'm not trying to raise them up and all that kind of stuff. I think they're so pretty too. Thanks, Marsha. Okay. So now I have this skinny piece of white and a skinny piece of Pretty Peacock to go around it. So I'm doing, it's the most magical time of the year. And we can go straight down on here. And then this will go on Pretty Peacock. And more dimensionals. This time I don't have to worry about the baker's twine being in the way. So I'm just going all the way out to the edges. Thank you, Kathy. Get them all. Okay. So I'm going to go just above center for a couple of reasons. First of all, it is a good space, but also I'm putting more hexagons in the center of these snowflakes again. So I'm going to use the dark ones again. I love it with the Pretty Peacock, but I'm going to use the little ones. It's a smaller. It really doesn't matter the size because you're just putting it in the middle anyway, but I just like it. And there's my card. Isn't that cool? Huh? I love it. Definitely features the designer paper, but also I have a new kitten. Oh, she's so full of energy. Oh, is she trying to watch the video too, or how did she come up? I'm trying to watch as I keep an eye on her. That's funny. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you like it. So I will be sending out a free project sheet tomorrow. You need to be on my mailing list, which I will put. This card makes me think warm thoughts. Curled up by the fireplace with a gentle snowfall. Well, that's definitely what's happening now. I'm not sure how gentle it is. It looks sort of gentle from here, but I'm not looking out my great big front door or front window. You have to be on my mailing list, and I will put the link to that in my comments, both on Facebook and here on YouTube once I edit everything. So anyway, this is Delicate Pines, and I think that's all that I have. 6 inches here. Would Wink of Stella be nice on the snowflakes? Well, it might be, except it might also make them bleed. So you know how I like to use the technique? I'm not going to try it because I don't want to. Well, you know what? I'm going to try it on. I'm going to try it on this snowflake and see how much it bleeds. If I can find it. Nope, I don't have Wink of Stella anywhere to be found. I don't remember where I have that. So you know how I like to pick up color, especially with Night of Navy. So I don't know how much Secret Sea is spreadable. Thank you, Marcia. I don't know how spreadable Secret Sea is, but I feel like if I add it, I might spread it even more and not in a way that I want. So I'm not going to try it. But good thought. You can try it on yours. You let us know how that works out, Marlene. Okay, so that's all that I have for you. I'm going to give you a heads up. I will be live next week. It will be the 17th, I believe. But the following week is Christmas Eve, and I just decided I'm taking the day off. So I don't know what all we have going, but I'm not going to be live on Christmas Eve. So thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful week of planning for the holidays or whatever you have going. Stay safe, and I will see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.